Welcome everyone to another FSCAI demonstration and instructional video. FSCAI stands for Flight Simulator Combat Artificial Intelligence, and this is another video illustrating the capabilities of the new version, which has many new exciting features in it, like wingmen flying along with you and air-to-air combat. I think we're going to be seeing a little bit of all that in this mission. This showcases much of what the program does now. So without too much more, let's jump into it and I'll explain as we go. I'm flying the Iris A10. It's all fired up, all powered up and ready to go on the runway at Moore County Airport, my test airport, which is where I learned to fly many years ago and where I run most of my tests from. We have an enemy airport over to the east. Pope Air Force Base has now been taken over by the enemy. Our mission today is going to be to strike that airfield and do as much damage as we can. The airfield is defended by ground units and possibly by aircraft maybe flying in to interfere with us. So let's get going here. First thing to do is to check the loadout of our A10. There's nothing in it. I'll be using TACPAC weapons this time. In previous videos I have shown off the FSCAI weapons. Now I'll be showing you how FSCAI interfaces to TACPAC. I'm going to load up rockets, a few 6 500-pound bombs, 6 rocket pods, and 4 Sidewinders that will be my loadout for this mission. Alright, power up the weapon system here and select non-Maverick and set up some defaults. Alright, we're just about ready to go. I'll explain, like I said, I'll explain as we go. What we're going to do is we're going to bring up the missions that have been written for this airport in FSCAI by pressing the Shift J key, the default missions key. You can change that, but the default is Shift J. You can see that there are a number of missions available to us. 6 missions available for an A10 from KSOP. There might be different missions for different types of aircraft, but an A10 has 6 missions. And we're interested in the first mission, or the number 2 selection, ground strike enemy airfield. So we select that. We get another menu that allows us to decline the mission, accept the mission, or display description. I'm going to display the description. It's a very short informational line. It says fly to Pope Air Force Base, destroy enemy air defenses and ground targets. Air defenses include 2 SA-13, 4 KS-30, and 4 ZBU-2. Sounds good. We know what we're going to be up against. I'll accept the mission. And the last menu selection before we are ready to take off comes up and asks us to verify our loadout, which I'm certain I got the right loadout, and I did. I can display a description of what we'll be up against again. Don't need to. We will just select number 3, proceed with mission. And we're going to take off and see what happens. And as we take off and fly, I will describe what's going on. I've obviously flown this test mission many times. It's always unpredictable. Different things happen every single time. And we'll be talking about those things as we go. Airspeed of 120 is our liftoff airspeed in the A10. You're up. And the A10 is such a smooth flying aircraft, very easy to handle. We're going to make a gentle left-hand turn. Our enemy airfield is 20 miles to the east. We'll be flying heading up 110 to get there. I'm flying the opposite direction now because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be circling over our airfield, which is back there. And then from about the center of the airfield, once I circle over it, we'll take up our 110 heading at an altitude of about 4,000 feet. It's only 20 miles to the airport that we're going to hit. The reason I'm doing this mainly is to kind of simulate what would happen if we had spawned our wingmen on the ground. They would be taking off right now. There could be up to 3 wingmen in a flight, so 4 total of us. They'd be taking off right now. And they'd be coming up to join me. I would orbit the field until we were all in formation. But as the case may be here, we're going to just circle around the field. Come over it, take up a heading of 110. Fly back down to about 4,000 feet. Kind of overshot the altitude there while I was talking to you. It's always a challenge to talk and fly, especially talk, fly, and fight at the same time. So we'll see how well I can pull it off. Whatever it is, it's raw, it's real, it's happening live. It could be anything can happen. All right, we're established roughly at 4,000 feet and heading on 110. So we're going to hit the flight key for FSCAI. Default is F. And we get the flight menu, which allows us to create our opponents, or it allows us to create a wingman. So we will do that. We'll pick option 2, and it says new flight created with 1 wingman. You may add up to 2 more. There's our wingman over there. He's getting in position. He's in echelon right. He's an A10 just like we are. Alright, so he's going to start immediately doing his job. His job is mainly to scan ahead our target. He knows what our target is. He'll be scanning for ground targets, air defense targets, and other ground targets. He will communicate with me. He'll let me know via a message up there if he's finding any. If he does find some, I will instruct him to attack the air defenses. His mission, his role in this whole operation, I choose his role, and his role is going to be to take out the air defenses with his Mavericks. Before we get there, if possible, particularly the surface air missiles, which I'm afraid of, because I've been shot down many times by them. Don't want it to happen again. So, the key is to get rid of them early. There's my wingman. He's doing what I wanted. He's pulling ahead of me. That's why I slowed down to let him pull ahead. At some point here, fairly soon, he's going to be reporting. He just did. Contact air defense target, 12 o'clock. He had his 12 target. I'll hit the F key for the flight key. I get all the options, and I must give him number 5, engage air defenses. He will engage the air defenses. Let me kind of move over here a little bit so you can see him. This is engaging SA-13. There he is, and out in front of him, the Maverick is traveling to his first Maverick is traveling toward its target. At 65D is an optical guided weapon, so he's locked it in with his TV screen and he's launched it on the SA-13. He reports back target destroyed. So first defense down, there he is. He's going to be scanning for the next one. Let's see what happens here. Kind of watch him. Engaging KS-30, missile away. I'm looking for enemy aircraft. We don't want to get jumped by them. I get shot down when I get surprised. It's really nasty to hear an explosion and all the warning lights go off and you never even saw them coming. That happens all too frequently. That, I suspect, is flak coming in from the air defenses at Pope Air Force Base. I'm going to move around to this side of the wingman, get behind him. There he goes. I got a little close to him. My fault. There went a Maverick. Aiming towards some air defense target there. Impact. Target destroyed. Wingman's over there. Line up. Keep my eyes peeled for enemy aircraft. Those little explosions here, flak from the KS-30s at Pope. We're just gonna let the wingman take them out. There goes another Maverick inbound target. Target disabled. So it wasn't destroyed, but he won't be shooting. That's what disabled means. Up above my wingman, over the right, I've been looking and I see 2 MiG-21s. Alright, we got serious business here, guys. Master arm. flak exploding all around me. Up there. I think they're targeting me. Those explosions are flak. I mean, flares. Let's get a lock. Get a lock. Box 2. Like they're going after the wingman. In which case I can probably move around behind them. Looks like that missile missed. Man, we're getting a lot of flak. Alright, my first missile missed. They are clearly going after my wingman. Not me. I think. Let's try to get in behind him and make an attack. Box 2. I believe I got that one. Whoa, that guy's getting behind me. Yep, he's on fire. Big number 1's on fire. What's happening to big number 2? There he is. Box 2. Splash. He's on fire done. No need to fire again. Well, that worked just about perfectly. They went after the wingman, which is what I wanted them to do. That's why I was trying to lurk behind him. They'll always go for the closest. They both went for him. They were concentrating on him, and I was able to take him out without actually having to engage with them. There's another one up there. I only have one left. Wingman's engaging ground targets again. Targeted right now. Alright. Nope. Not gonna shoot you. No friendly fire. Alright, that big is got not a visual range. So he's headed out of here. The MiG-21 is headed back home. Crippled. There's no way I can't even begin to catch him in an A-10. He's long gone. So one disabled, one crippled, one shot down. I think he crashed there a bit earlier. And the wingman will be coming back in and attacking the targets at the airfield, which is now, we've pretty much gotten the enemy aircraft out of the way. Most of the air defense is out of the way. It's time to go in and make a symbolic bombing run, and then we'll head back and close out the mission. This is how it's supposed to work. It helps that I've done this many times. I think I've seen most of the nasty surprise, most of them. Most of the nasty surprises are you're doing a nice gentle turn like this to set up for your bombing run with CCIP selected. You're going to wipe them out, and then boom! A missile goes off in your engine, and you're a ball of flame, and you never saw it coming. That's pretty much the way it's happened to me too many times. They were still hitting us with pretty good flak beforehand. I'm not going to do what I normally would do. You know, a full mission I would make multiple passes. There he goes, firing another Maverick in on something. I don't know what. But it took it. Oh, that was an air defense target. Yeah, target destroyed. I'm just going to be bombing the flight line here. Rolling in hot. We want to drop a pair.
Bill Van, Cobalt 1-1.
Pull up.
Don't want to get caught in our own blast. Didn't hit much of anything. Oh, we're going to have to make that again. I do see a little bit of a dust cloud there. Oh well, I'll tell you what. Let's head on back, close out the mission, so you can see how that works. My wingman will loyally continue to pound all these targets. I'm going to let him do his thing. He won't return to base until I tell him to. And so I'm just going to let him keep on bombing them. He'll use up his Mavericks. There he is making another run. He's circling out. He'll circle back, go over the base. He'll use up all his Mavericks. When his Mavericks are all done, he will use his Mark 82 500-pound bombs. But what we're going to do is fly back, land, and close out the mission. Pretty familiar with this territory, so I basically know where things are. So I can fly back to the airport without getting excessively lost, I hope. Gently lose altitude as we glide on in. A little, there's my base airport ahead of me. Switch to declutter the HUD. Well, that mission is pretty much exactly how that was supposed to work. I send the wingman ahead to take out the air defenses. I follow along behind him, loaded down with weapons to destroy the softer targets once he takes out the air defenses with the Mavericks. He's also leading the flight, so and I'm behind him, so if any enemy comes in from the north, which they do, they'll see him before they'll see me, so they'll attack him. They apparently didn't see me while they were aiming for him, and I was able to come around behind them, take him out with a couple of AIM-9s. They never got a shot off at the wingman. That's just good luck. Sometimes I don't see them in time, and they get close to the wingman. I've seen them shoot him down, and like I say, they've shot me down. Sometimes they go after me and not the wingman, and it's bad news when you got two MiG-21s on you. They've shot me down with missiles, and they've shot me down with guns. I recorded a video earlier today that FSX crashed on me. I used up all 4 of my missiles, and then the last one MiG was down, and the wingman was damaged. And so, but the one MiG-21 was trying to finish off the wingman. He was coming in behind him to gun him down because he used up all his missiles. I'd used up all mine. And all I had was the GAU-8 cannon. And I was coming in behind the MiG that was coming in behind my wingman, and I just about had him lined up, and FSX crashed. And I will never know if I would have shot that guy down with my cannon, which is not designed to shoot down aircraft, but I'm sure it would if I hit him. I'll never know if I would have gotten him before he got the wingman. And so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to post that video up, because it crashes right when I've almost got him in the targeting circle. I'm not quite within range, but I'm definitely behind him and closing so that I would have been in range. So it's just that was disappointing, but all right, full flaps, gear down, locked, 3 greens. Get a little turbulence out here. I think it's interesting that a lot of simulator combat pilots in combat sims can do a great job of combat, but they can't land their airplane. It's a real struggle for them to land. And so frequently they have to just quit flying when they're done because they can't land. With FSCAI, you have to land to close out a mission. And if you don't close out a mission, you don't get credit for it. It doesn't go in your log. You don't get credit for the kills. You don't get a score. You don't get anything. So you can land in a field somewhere. You don't have to land on a runway. But you have to land and you have to stop. Whoa, a little bit aggressive braking there. Fortunately, the A-10's tough. It can survive my rough landings. A little bit impatient to close out the mission and close this up so I get to bed. So here we go. Oh, we're not going to taxi back to parking and do a proper shutdown. I'm just going to pull off the runway, come to a sudden stop, set a parking brake, shift J, mission phase closeout, complete mission number 3. I get a message flight update transmitted, and so the mission is logged, and I will show you later. I enjoyed the video. I enjoyed doing it. It was very, very successful. And so I'm looking forward to the next video. I'll demonstrate it pretty soon. Thank you very much for watching. See y'all later.